Oh, goodness gracious, you all. No idea. Okay. Okay, what I'm having to do right now is actually tether my phone to my laptop because for some reason my internet just decided to go out. I explained that I was going to go live in an hour, thought everything was cool. Then I kept having to reset my connection settings. Can you hear me now? So instead of, okay, can you all hear me? Everything good? Okay, cool. All right, so and there might be a little bit more lag just because of the fact that I'm using my mobile phone to my laptop. Thank goodness, because that's how I was able to, when the ice storm happened and we didn't have any electricity, that's how I was able to do all this. So Anyways, I think I found the interrogation videos. Let's see what we can do here. It's on one of these windows here. Let's see if I'm sharing the right one. And my apologies, guys. I'm like really stressed out. I had a load of laundry to do. I had all kinds of stuff. So that's what I was doing just a second ago. I wanted to make sure make sure everything was up to par before I started this. Gotta love it, huh? Okay. So prosecutors released more videos, documents in Chris Watts' murder case. And I think they're just like putting out bits and pieces, right? Let's turn that off. Okay, let's see what this says.
Told our partners at the...
All right. Come on. Come on. No, I don't want to mute you. No, I don't want to mute you. No. Stop it. Okay.
Contact 7 investigates Jace Larson here in the studio with that part of this grim story, Jace.
Yeah, guys, police interviewed Nicole Kissinger, the other woman. She came...
Start you back.
Woman who had an affair with Chris Watts.
Is that the beginning? Where is the beginning? Where is the little thingy on here? Okay, here we go. Unmute. Play. Look at this crap. It's not letting me start it. Oh, my word. Unmute. You gotta love it. Autoplay off. Yes. Yes. Volume. Yes. Okay.
That's pretty cool. And so tell me about his kids.
That sounded like a sarcastic comment.
No, I thought it was kind of cute. I was like, oh, he's a dad. It was like right around father.
Told our partners at the Denver Post that she hardly knew anything about Shanann and that she had only recently started a relationship with Chris. Well, there is now evidence to suggest that she knew about Shanann almost a year before the murders.
Contact 7 investigates Jace Larson here in the studio with that part of this grim story, Jace.
Yeah, guys, police interviewed Nicole Kissinger, the other woman. She came forward to police about the same time that Watts' employer, Anna Darko, had found emails indicating a relationship between the two. This is Nicole Kissinger and Chris Watts on a secret trip together the month before he killed his family. The two took pictures and videos during their secret time together in July. Nicole later talked to police.
And then one day he told me that he had 2 kids. I was like, that's pretty cool. And so tell me about his kids.
That sounded like a sarcastic comment.
No, I thought it was kind of cute. I was like, oh, he's a dad. It was like right around Father's Day, too.
She learned he was married, even though she says he didn't wear a wedding ring.
The thing is he was never hostile. It was never anything aggressive. Like, even when he spoke
Okay, we've already seen this. We just spent 2 hours listening to all this. If you want to listen to all of that, go back to the live stream I just did. I don't want to hear her voice anymore. All right. Where is it? All right.
When you see a story from one angle, seems clear what's going on.
Okay, I think that was just an ad. All right. This is room 2. Let's see what this does. Another ad.
Family Mexican restaurant, the best Mexican food in Colorado. Visit us.
See, I already had all of this ready to go.
Should I bring Granny here? Because we want to talk to you about the results, okay?
Trying to make it big for you guys so you can see something.
So it was completely clear that you were not honest during the testing. I think you already know that. He did not pass the polygraph test. Okay. So now we need to talk about what actually happened. I feel like you're probably ready to do that.
I didn't lie to you on that polygraph, I promise. Chris, I'm messed up. Just stop for a minute. Take a deep breath. I want you to take a deep breath right now.
There's a reason you feel sick to your stomach. And when people hold stuff inside, it makes you physically ill. And I can just tell on your face, I can tell from the second you walked in that you were wanting to just come clean and just be done with this. And I appreciate that because you knew sitting down in that chair that you weren't going to pass today. And you knew I was going to find out because I told you that. And then you continued to stay knowing that you could, at the end, say, you know what? I just need to get this off my chest. Like, I just need to tell you what happened. We're not here to play games. We're not here to do any of that with you. We just want to know what happened. So can you start from the beginning and tell us what happened?
Everything that I have told you, I did not lie on this polygraph. I don't know how much I could tell you right now. Like, I did not.
It's not even an option because you did not pass the polygraph, so I know you were being deceptive. So that's not even an issue right now. The issue right now is what happened to Shanann, Bella, and Celeste. That's the issue right now.
Good.
Okay. So let's talk about that. I know you want to tell us. I can see it in your face. Holding this lie in is going to do nothing for you.
I know this. Like, I'm not like trying to like cover things up. Like,
yeah, but you kind of are because normal people would do that. Normal people that make a mistake initially are going to go, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything. That's normal. I would expect that. It's just like if you ask your kid, did you write on the wall? And they go, no. And you're like, you have a marker on your hand. Like, I know you just wrote on the wall. And they're like, oh, okay. That's a natural reaction that someone's going to initially lie about something like that and then eventually tell the truth. So this is your eventually telling the truth time. This is where the rubber meets the road, Chris. And don't let this continue any longer, please.
I'm not trying to make anything continue. Like, I want them back home. Like,
what? You know they're not coming back home. You know that.
I don't know in the back of my head. I hope they come back home.
But you know they're not.
I hope they come back home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know they're not coming back home.
Chris, Timmy and I are confused. Okay. Here's what we're confused about. I told you that we've done some work overnight. Yeah, I told you that we've got a lot of leads. Okay, that wasn't a lie. We know a lot more than you think we do. Okay. But here's where we're confused. You're this great guy. I'm not just telling you that, okay? I'm telling you that because everyone tells us that. Okay? We can't find anyone to say anything bad about you. Chris is a great guy. He's a good father. He's a good man. We're confused as to why you're not taking care of your beautiful children.
I'm not taking care of them right now.
Right now. Where are they?
I don't know where they're at. Honestly, I do not know where they're at. If I could have my babies back home right now, I would. I want them back. I want everybody back. That is the God's honest truth.
Wow. I'm glad you mentioned the patches. A couple videos back, I done some research and I mentioned that, and I actually heard this now I'm going to have to do my research to validate this, but there is a chance that the Thrive patches for the men do have a steroid testosterone in them, which has caused many men to snap and kill their entire families. And he was working all day. He would come home. He would mow grass. He would clean the house. He was like a super dad, okay? Unloading the dishwasher, loading them, giving the kids a bath, doing this, doing that. I mean, like, did not want to stop. She used a different type. She used a different type of patch. So, and I think that she didn't use it as much when she was pregnant. And I also heard that they had the children on them too. I don't think there's anything good about this stuff. I mean, as much weight as he lost in the time that he did, that's not good on anyone. If you look at prior pictures of this man, he was heavy. He lost some weight in a lot of weight in a very, very short time. And, you know, we don't know what goes through anyone's mind. Okay? We don't know. But think about this. I mean, the patches was causing him. I can't say this for sure, but here's my opinion. I think the patches did play a role in this. I really do. The Thrive patches, I do think that they played a role in it. I also think that, you know, he fell head over heels a little too fast, wanted a new life, and did not want to have to pay any child support. But where was that going to get him? That's got him where he is right now, locked up with 3 life-term sentences plus 48 years for unlawful termination of a pregnancy, which I think that all states should do that. And it really irritates me because he can sit there, get charged for unlawful termination of a pregnancy, but then you've got Planned Parenthood doing the exact same things. Don't even get me started on that. But yeah, I did want to mention that. I do think that the Thrive patches had something to do with causing his brain to not function right. Okay, people? He was a normal guy before this. I don't care if his wife got on his nerves, if she was controlling, if he fell out of love with her, blah, 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 blah. Something happened. I'm going to continue the video now.
So let's keep talking about your family. Okay? We just can't figure out why there's 2 Chris's. Okay? We talked about that last night. Yes. We just can't figure it out. There's a Chris. Okay? If somebody asked me a routine, I would say, I don't know, go after them all. That's the truth, right? So it's very surprising to me, and it warms my heart that you're the type of dad who can pack a bag in the morning and you know just what to put in there. You know just what to put in there as a backup in case they have an accident. Okay? You know what the clothes to put in there. You know what they have for breakfast. You know what they have for a snack and a dinner and a nighttime snack. If you tell me the book you read to your daughters, okay? I know you love them. You're not faking that, are you? It's real. Okay? A lot of guys who come in here and try to tell me that, and I know they're lying. Okay? They can't answer those questions that you can answer. Yeah? But you are here today lying about something else. So we need to talk about that, okay? Not your daughter. I know. And this is very good.
I'm not proud of it. Like, I didn't think anything like that could happen. I don't think I'd ever do it, but I did.
You know, keep going.
She accused me of it. I denied it. Like, I cheated on her, and I feel horrible for it. Like, she was pregnant, and it was, I don't want, I didn't hurt her. I cheated on her. I hurt her emotionally. I cheated on her. And I'm absolutely horrible about this, but that's what I know. I think that when I didn't go to the Rocky game, I was with her. I went to dinner with her. That 5 weeks I was alone, I was with her most of the time.
Yeah. You're doing a good job. This is the Chris that I knew would come out today. This is the Chris who tells the truth because you're a truth teller.
And I tell you, I thought love is going to feel a little better.
Absolutely.
Okay? I mean, that's God's honest truth.
Okay. Who is her?
I don't want to get her involved in this. I don't want to ruin her life. Like, if something like this, I don't want her involved in this.
Okay. So can we talk about that a little bit?
Yes.
I knew that you would say you didn't want to get her involved.
But
Could you like to take her?
she's a wonderful person. Like, and she knew I was married, yes. And I told her we were going through issues, yes.
Yes.
And I told her that, we were going to get, at the end, like, we were going to get separated. Like, once I figured out what that was, I didn't know what that was going to be.
I know.
I had no idea. I like, I saw her, took my breath away, and I never thought in a million years that could happen. I don't even think I'm a favorite, but it was, I never felt that way about anybody in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Chris, that's not your fault.
No, I'm just.
Why can we do this? I know you want to take care of her it's because you're the type of guy who takes care of women. It is. You took care of your wife, you took care of your daughters, you were very good at taking care, and you want to take care of her. So can we make a deal? I don't think this girl did anything to hurt anybody, but I can't walk out of here wondering. So can we leave her out of it? Okay, get back to your wife and your daughters. Okay, where are they?
That I do not know. That was what I was holding back. Like, I didn't know, what I know.
Chris, in the interview today, you weren't asked about infidelity. You were asked about.
I was holding back from last night.
That's why you feel today.
That's not how it works. You would have reactions to every single question, not just the ones that we talked about being important.
Like the ones you wanted me to lie about, is that what you're talking about?
No, the ones about her disappearance and knowing where she's at and about seeing her last.
I was not lying about those things.
I think?
Yes.
Okay. So, going into that interview today with Tammy, where we strapped you in, and we knew it was all about Nikki. Okay? All about her. And you're doing a very good job right now, because you didn't have to tell us about her, but you did. I could help that anymore. We could see it in your chest, and in your eyes. Okay? Here's the challenge that we have. We knew about Nikki, and so we didn't need to ask you about her in the polygraph. We just didn't need to, because we didn't. Okay? And so that's why we didn't ask you, because we already knew the answer. Okay? We're very, very worried about your daughters and your wife. I am too. Okay?
I am too.
Maybe based on the people that I've talked to, and Tammy's talked to, based on all the investigations we've done, based on your cell phone, both your cell phones, your wife's cell phone, Nikki's cell phone, okay? Based on talking with family members and friends, and based on talking with everyone. Here's what we know, okay? And I'm not going to lie to you right now. Here's what we know, okay? Chris is a good man. Wrote that. And I'm not just telling you that because I want to blow smoke here. You're a good man, okay? Nobody can fake answers about packing a backpack. Nobody. You either pack a backpack for your kids or you don't, Okay? This should have been the happiest time of your marriage. Okay? You and Shanann. This should have been the happiest time. She's making a little money. She's making good money. You're making great money. You both have a job. You have beautiful kids. You have a beautiful house. You're in Colorado. Clean air, good people. Okay? And on top of that, you look pretty good now. You're pretty fit. Okay? This should have been a time in your marriage where you guys were happy and thriving and productive. Okay? And I believe that Shanann's the reason none of that happened. I believe that she's a controlling person. She doesn't look at you as much as she should. I think that she can do whatever she wants and you can't. Okay? I think if you were to go to a restaurant, she would order whatever the hell she wants. And as soon as you order a nice steak, she says, "Whoa, buddy." Okay? A woman that lets her man do all the backpack packing and all the cooking.
I do all the cooking, but like she cooks like I do like some things here and there.
Okay? Because you're a good person, and I think that she started on the path to leave the marriage. Okay? It's ironic that we're talking about you and Nikki. I think that she was the one who started on that path first. What do you think about that?
I wouldn't have thought about that.
Yeah. And the other thing I think is interesting is, even though she is that type of person that's controlling, doesn't listen, does what she wants, is walking away from her kids, here you are defending her. Because to your core, you want to take care of the people you love. Okay. And that's the reason why I gave you an opportunity today. You just all the time. Okay? Will you do that for us?
I'll do whatever I can to find where they're at.
Okay. So when she asked you, do you know where they are, or are you going to tell the truth about where they are, you felt miserably. Okay? Why?
I'm a nervous person. Like every question I ask, every question, it felt like I wouldn't even say the right thing.
That's not how the polygraph works.
I don't know like what it reads like. I know she was saying about autonomy of the process, but like
I don't know where they're at. Chris, right now your dad's outside. He flew across the country to help you. Okay? You're lying to him. You're lied to everyone you talk to. And they all bought it. Please help us find your babies.
I want to find them. I've told you over and over, I want to find everyone.
Can we go back to that night?
Yeah.
You know that we got texts. And we know that there's an Alexa in your house. And you know that those are trained to record distress. You know the content of Nikki's text messages and your text messages and Suzanne's text messages. Okay?
I didn't know you knew Nikki was until right now. So.
Okay. Tell us about that night again. And please tell the truth this time.
I told you the truth. I promise I've told you the truth. Like, woke up at 4 o'clock. I woke up at 4 o'clock. Got dressed, got ready. 4:15, me and Shanann talk about the house, about separation.
Did you guys talk about Nikki?
She accused me of like, all right, you know, is there somebody else?
Sure.
Okay.
You denied it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she brought up like, you know, like, well, was there a $68 charge on dinner the other night?
Okay.
Was there 2 of you?
And that was with 2 of you, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's me.
And so it sounds like at that time there was maybe you weren't quite ready to just say, man, this is everything.
I couldn't say it.
Okay.
I'm already trying hard enough. I couldn't say that.
Okay. What did you say?
because I want separation.
Okay. So the idea to sell the house or yours?
She initiated the realtor the week before in an email.
Why?
Because we were talking about the marital issues. She's like, well, we can't afford to live on our own. Well, she can't afford to live on her own. I can't afford to live on my own. So she was like, we need to contact Van.
Okay. And who'd you contact?
Well, she contacted Van, our realtor.
Ann?
Yeah.
Okay. Would Ann say the same thing, that your wife initiated the contact?
Yeah. Okay. She would. And then on Monday, I texted her to see what she could do.
Okay.
And that's in there too. I already did that.
Tell me about the pregnancy. Is that your regular nurse?
She said it was about 80-20. Well, we did the pros and cons of it. Like after she got pregnant, she told everybody that it was mainly my idea.
Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted a boy.
Did you want to get pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then after the fact, she said it was mainly me that wanted it. And she was about, she was 70-30 against it at that point. Like she would tell her friends that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what, 70-30 against it? Like, why?
Okay. Can you understand that some of this just doesn't make sense to us? Okay. How is it possible that a woman and 2 kids are just completely gone off the face of the earth?
I have nothing on my hands. I did nothing to those kids or her to make them vanish.
Tell me what happened then. I believe you that you did nothing on your hands. What happened?
I left. I mean, it's on video that I left and I was in my truck. I didn't load anything into my truck besides my tools, my container, my book bag, my water jug, my lunchbox.
Okay. But then what happened?
Drove out of the driveway.
No, before you drove out of the driveway. What happened with your wife and your kids?
I didn't do anything like that. They were still in the house.
Where are they? Where did they go?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Your wife's not the type of person to vanish.
I know she's not.
She had 10 things on her schedule that meant she was going to be there the next day, that day, the day after that, with friends, with a doctor. Okay? She didn't leave because she wanted to.
Right.
So what happened?
I didn't do anything to her or the kids.
Was it an accident?
I didn't do anything.
Was it an accident?
There was no accident. I don't know if there was an accident in the house. I wasn't there for it.
It's a big deal if it's an accident, because we can work with that, Chris.
No.
And I think that's maybe what happened.
I did not cause an accident. I didn't do anything to my wife and kids.
Was it a misunderstanding?
There's no misunderstanding. Like, we had that talk. There's a misunderstanding where I didn't tell her about the affair.
Okay.
I didn't. That was a misunderstanding.
Like miscommunicated,
Yeah,
misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Good.
But I probably should have told her right then. Honestly. I mean, everything's out on the table anyways.
Right.
I should have just told her right then. But I didn't, because I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
What was your plan? What were you going to do? I mean, how was the separation going to work?
Like, once we got separated, I would get my own place, and then, 50-50 split with the kids. That's what I was hoping.
Mm-hmm. What about Nikki?
Take it slow and just see if anything develops, like when I'm, at my own place.
Okay.
I just find it hard to hear you talk about this, having this emotional, conversation with Shanann, and you're bawling and crying together, and you have not shed one tear in 2 days that you've been here. Not one. And help me understand that, because I don't get it. These are your baby girls, and you have not shed one tear over them not being around. Chris, I lose my 4-year-old in the store for 10 seconds, and I start to go panic. I have not seen any of that from you at all. Help me understand that.
I love those girls. I would never do anything just because I haven't shed a tear.
Yeah, no, that's weird. Is that weird?
I mean, don't look into that like I don't love my kids.
Tell me, explain to me. You're crying with your wife that you're leaving her.
Yeah.
But you don't cry that your two little baby girls.
I'm hoping they're still around. I'm hoping they're still somewhere.
Dude, you don't have them right now. You're not reading stories to them at night. You're not giving them midnight snacks. You're not giving them their medicine. You're not waking up with them in the morning.
I know this.
So that should cause you pain.
It does cause me pain.
But I don't see that. I don't see that. I want to see the Chris that cares. I want to see the Chris that, feels bad about what he did and wants to, get this off his chest and be done with this. And let us find your little girls so that they're not out there in the middle of a field or whatever somewhere. Don't do that.
I love those girls.
Then show us that. Show us that. Show us this Chris, not this Chris.
I'm not showing you that Chris. I'm showing you the Chris that cares about his girls and his wife. Just because I haven't shed a tear shouldn't make you feel like that the love isn't there for them.
It's weird. It doesn't make sense.
I understand that.
You have to.
I totally see where you're coming from. Trust me, there's nothing. Just because
Chris, people can be pushed to the point where they do something that they regret. It happens every single day.
I know.
But part of what makes you a man is the guy that goes, really fucked up, but this is what I did, and I'm going to pay for what I did, and I'm going to tell you what I did, and I'm going to be honest about it.
Chris, we can keep talking to you once we find these girls, okay? Once we find these girls and your wife, right? No matter how we find them, no matter what condition they're in, we can keep talking to you. You can tell us, guys, it's not as bad as it looks. And you can say, let me tell you what happened. I was never comfortable with you, Graham, or with you, Tam. I wasn't comfortable yet. But now that everything's known, now that the girls are found, that Shanann's found, however they're found, it's okay. We can keep talking to you.
Okay? Chris, did Shanann do something to them?
No.
I'm curious.
I have no clue.
Like, you would have known, because they didn't leave the house. Did Shanann do something to them, and then did you feel like you had to do something to Shanann?
They were at the house when I left. They were there.
They weren't there. They didn't leave. They vanished.
They were there.
The only way they could have left is in your truck.
There's no way, because I didn't just throw them in my truck.
You know your truck has GPS,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Because you told your boss, hey, I'm going to celebration, maybe staying at a friend's house, whatever. You know that thing pings every 10 seconds?
Yep.
So we will know exactly where you went.
And your company's giving that to us.
I know.
Okay. Are we not asking the right questions, Chris?
You're asking all the questions.
What are we not asking you right? What are we doing wrong?
You're not doing anything wrong.
Did Shanann do something?
If she did anything to these kids, we both love them with all our hearts. There's no way.
It could have been an accident. Something happened in the house that you know about. You failed the polygraph test, right? This is not about, did you leave and your wife vanished and you didn't know anything about it. That was not what you were asked, okay? We know that something happened to all three of them. But I want to know, did something happen to these baby girls first that you had to take into your own hands and deal with?
You had to clean it up for Shanann.
Chris, you got to tell us. There's something that happened to these baby girls. Look at them.
I know. Before you came in, I was watching videos.
We have no doubt you love these girls with all of your heart. I have no doubt. But we make mistakes.
That's okay.
It's what we do with those mistakes. that make us who we are.
Chris, it seems like you're thinking about it right now. What are you thinking about?
She couldn't have.
I feel like you cleaned up for her. I feel like that's the type of guy that you are. Which one of you has the breathing thing?
Well, they both have inhalers, but she has the EOE. And she's with us on the guys.
Does she have problems breathing?
And only like with her allergies and whatnot, like if she had anything next, but she.
Okay, I gotta pause it real quick. I'll be right back. Sorry. I gotta check my sugar real quick. Sorry, guys. Be right back. Okay, sorry. Had to grab a snack.
You just had his one with the endoscopies and everything, the surgeries I told you about.
Do you think she had trouble breathing that night? And she had freaked out? And didn't want to live without her baby girl?
So,
Did you hear about the homicide that happened in Aurora? The guy beat that family to death with a ball peen hammer. The only person that survived was a 3-year-old sibling. And that sibling grew up to be a total mess. No family, no mom and dad, brother, sister. So by herself. She says, I wish I would have died with them. And there are times that people freak out. I've seen it. I mean, I've been in law enforcement for almost 20 years. I've seen it. Parents freak out and they're like, oh my God, like, I can't have my baby girls live without each other. They're best friends. They're like twins. They're, they wake each other up in the morning.
The next interrogation video that we're going to see, the cameras are switched. Okay, guys, so you can see his face.
And I understand that. We had a mom in Castle Rock that suffocated both of the baby girls. She's like, my husband was going to take them. And she's like, I just couldn't handle it. I thought I was doing right by them. I thought I was saving them pain. And I did it.
why? Why was she saving the pain?
She didn't want them to have to live without their mom.
Chris, this has a weight that's going to be on you for the rest of your life until we resolve it tonight. Unless we can talk about this more tonight, it will follow you forever. I promise you, when you start talking to us, you will feel better. I know you already feel better about getting the Nikki off your chest.
Please don't like involve her in this or anything like that. She can't do that.
You got to help me.
I know.
Chris, we're giving you a lifeline right now. You need to take it. You need to reach out and take it.
Did they look like this the last night you were with them?
She had that dress on, like, on the dates or night. It wasn't this, but she had that dress on. I remember I had the 2 buttons on the back. And take them off so I get her done on that night.
Did you guys make sure they were warm when you left the house?
Make sure they were warm. They're always warm. They always have, when they're in the beds, they're always warm.
Were you guys taking care of them at the very end? Or
They're always taken care of. They never miss a meal.
She took them out of the house with their blankets and their animals. And that's because you cared. That's what a caring dad does.
I mean, I'm always caring for these kids. There's nothing in this for my life.
I believe that. And I believe someone made a mistake, whether it was you or Shanann. And you either cleaned up after Shanann or you made the mistake. And I mean, I want to believe that maybe Shanann did it and you felt compelled to fix this so Shanann didn't look bad. That's what I want to believe. But I don't know, you're not telling me that, so it makes me think the worst. Like, did you do that to all 3 of them?
I did not do anything to these kids. Not do anything.
What did Shanann do them? Tell us, Chris. Chicks are crazy.
Can I talk to my dad or something?
Absolutely. Come. Do you want to bring him in here?
No, I just can't talk to my dad. Like, he flew across the country.
I can't. How about this? If we brought your dad in here, would you please tell him what happened?
I still talk to him. I've been here for like 5 hours and I'm like,
Absolutely. Chris, I mean that. It's not going to feel any better. He deserves an answer.
Your best friend.
There's only one person you wanted here most, and it's your dad, Gus. What would you tell him?
I love him and I just want him to be by my side.
Okay. He knows more than we do that you're a good man. And he knows as much as you want to protect your wife, Shana. I think he would tell you to do the right thing. Before we get him.
Can I go out there and talk to him?
Well, I don't know that you want to do it out there because there's a lot of people going through the halls. Should we bring him in here?
We'll step out. Okay.
Can you give me this with him? Okay. Can we just ask a couple more questions? It seems like you're about to get over your chest. Is there any way that you can help us understand more about Shanann and why maybe something happened? So that we don't get a bad picture about her. What I mean is, what happened that night with her?
Shortly after I talked to her.
With the girls.
Like when we were having that conversation in bed there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I talked to her about the separation and the house, and she asked me about the affair, and that's how that conversation went. And she was distraught. She had like mascara on her face, all that. I mean, it was emotional.
Well, how about this? If we bring in your dad, will you promise me that you'll talk to him?
I'll talk to her.
Okay. Will you me, they'll tell him everything. Would it be easier if you told him and he told us? I don't know. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be easy or not. I tend to think it's not. I think you're the type of guy that needs to take responsibility because you always have taken responsibility. You've always made the right choice. So I guess I'm just worried that if we bring your dad in here, I could distract you. Distract me from you? Yeah. I just need to talk to him. Okay. All right. I know he'll do the right thing. I do. I don't know how long it's going to take. I think you need to think a little bit more about that. Okay.
You need to realize that your dad is not going to stop loving you no matter what you tell him. You are his child. He will not stop loving you.
There.
Ever.
And this is not the last chapter in anyone's story at all. Okay. He's been here the whole time. He didn't want to leave you. Have you ever seen, sometimes when an animal's owner dies, they stick around forever? I think that's your dad. Poor guy didn't want to leave today, okay? So, keep that in mind. He wants to hear it all. All right.
Okay.
What's going on with anything, or? It's, polygraph. Failed it. Failed it. There, because there's too much emotions. It's, I mean, they're not going to let me go. Is there any reason why they shouldn't? They know I had an affair. And they know. I can't complain about that. They know you had an affair. Anything else you want to tell me? What's going on? Or what happened or anything? If you know anything about it. When we had that conversation that morning, it was emotional and told her about separation and everything like that. Mm-hmm. What happened after that? I mean, I'll be downstairs. I don't want to protect her. What? I don't want to protect her. You don't want to protect her? I don't know what else to say. You heard him? Yeah. You heard her? Did they leave after that for a long time? So she started hurting the kids. She smelled it. I'm choking.
like we talking to her about that. Talking to her about separation and everything, about she lost it. I don't know, like, what else to say, like, I freaked out. I was like, so she found it that one time. You were leaving the place to go to work. And she freaked out over the separation and everything. I think it was, she laid like down, but that's someone downstairs, but I heard like a little commotion upstairs, but I didn't think anything of it. And then you go back upstairs and she was different. I can see like she was not decent. I'm choking her for her. And she killed him. Hair blue. Both of them. Yeah. She took both of them down. I freaked out in the same thing. I want to say that. I think I might call the cops about it. Would you be all the bodies off or something? I mean, I didn't know what else to do. I didn't freak out. I didn't know nothing else to do. I didn't know what to do. She killed Lucy and children to death. Lost it and choke her. That's just rage. I hadn't. Like, in her heart, I know she knew about the affair. She just was waiting for me to say something and for me to deny it again. She was lost it. That's when she went off and told her about it. That's when the crying, like, happened. And she lost it when we told her about her apartment. I didn't tell her how much. She just knew. She just knew. She denied all the month. She just knew. She killed both over the separation of the affair. I said, well, I think she just knew, like, the affair was happening, but I just denied it. What you told her before, that separation. But, yeah, she was hoping we go to counseling or something. she lost it. And another separation. And she got in the very that morning too. Smart. Last time I feel like it again. Last time I feel like it again. You know what yet? That's random. I wanted to talk to you. She lost something from separation. And that's not if there was going on, but we just profusely denied it. We did. And it proved that she obviously was wrong. She actually killed both her children. And you snapped.
Is it okay? You sure? Just help us work through this with you, okay? Can you tell us what you told your dad?
After that conversation, after that conversation we had, and she accused me of the affair, and she, in her heart, she knew what was going on. And she knew about the dinner the other night. It was too much for just me. Can you all know? When I told her I went to a Rockies game, I went up to bed. I went downstairs. And this night you told her about the separation. Well, that was when I was upstairs in bed. What I wanted him to come on the separation. That's what I wanted. I went downstairs and started packing up a few things. I heard a couple things upstairs, but I didn't think anything of it. It was kind of one thing, and everything packed up.
Next.
I went upstairs and looked and talked to her again. And saw on the monitor. Those covers were like pulled off and she was just laying there. She's just hot. So I go over to see. She was in there with her. On top of her. Freaked out. I ran in there and got on top of her.
What did you do?
Boo. Those are my babies. Those are my kids. Yeah.
What happened?
Something like that.
So Shannon? Where were you at?
That's it. That's right back in our bed. Sure.
Is he with us? Okay. What's the next?
I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. I'm shaking. Both my kids are blue and they're gone. And I'm just like blind, just, I'm not that person, like, just like, she hurt my kids. Like, I did the same thing to her.
Nine, Hazel.
What happened after she was in your bed?
I'm starting to feel a little better.
Didn't know what to do with this. She's back and just cover her up. Didn't know what to do.
Where did you go? To find your babies. Did the hard part. We have left details for that.
You have to get medical. They're gone. There's no bringing them back.
Where are they?
That's the first location I went to that day.
Where at?
That's everything I do.
Where at? No location.
Right there off the site. Right there.
And you picked that from
Here's my house. Let's take them there.
tomorrow we'll be finding them there.
I didn't know what to do.
I know.
I didn't know what to do. Like, none of this made sense. Why would she get my fucking girls?
To prefer to get something, are they under the ground, like, where would you find them? You take us out there?
I thought there's no one to talk there. I mean, I will if you want to. I don't want to. What if you and me and your dad just drove by and you could just stay right there? We could help you just get him out of the cold. You know, take care of him for last time. I'm sorry.
I know more. I know you came in today to do the right thing. You didn't have to come in. You came in on your own.
Don't think anything less.
Huh?
Please don't think anything less. Tell him about that. Are they all three out there, Chris? Yes.
What was she doing to Cece?
She's just on top of the roof. Nothing is wrong.
Is there what?
Like, you saw it? Saw it on the monitor. Okay, that's why I ran it.
What'd she say?
They were off. Saw Cece was already blue. It's not moving. And just that blind ray did the same thing to her.
Did you ever go into Bella's room?
So pushing it back in, that's that's our on the monitor. The way she was laying, the bed just sprawled out.
Is that when you packed up their special stuff? So where'd you put them? Get them out there.
In the truck.
Which part?
Travis and I heard.
In the passenger compartment?
Travis said, "You're right behind my seat."
Yeah, it's hard to hear.
What do you think of them while you're out there?
There's, and the babies are gone. And I put my hands around my wife's neck and did that same thing.
Did Shanann fight back at all? When you did that?
The rage that I had after seeing that, like, not much.
How do you know Shanann was dead?
things like 2 days ago. They had this like 4 or 5 foot long baby doll. Yeah, like on the couch with a sheet over it. And it, yeah. And before it didn't happen. Yeah. That's a good point. I'm thinking it's this one. That's a very good point. I can't see it now. I'm blocking on there. You look on your Facebook page.
What did it say, or what was the
It
caption?
says, what do you say to this? Something similar to that. And about that tall was laying on one of our couches and had a sheet over across the head, all the way up, you can see his feet hanging out. Saying like Bella had done that. The kid looked at that. Do you remember that, Grace? What do you think? Just make fun of it. Thought it was funny.
Did Bella do it?
I don't know. I don't know. But I don't catch it up. I don't think she or something like that. Oh, she didn't have her dolls just an album full and just covered up waist, something like that. But no can cover her head and everything else.
Because what?
Like a body laying there or something. It sounds like kind of, I'm sorry, I lied to you. Maybe.
I mean, you knew what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. You stayed for a reason.
Chris, you're a good man.
I'm not a good man.
Well, you stayed, you wanted to talk. You knew it was going to be hard and you still stayed. That's what a good man does.
You stayed for 6 hours and 11 minutes before.
I just staring you in the face.
We're glad you did. I can see rage will come out and see what the kids did.
You don't know. You don't know when you look at you about shit.
Told you that I still love you. No matter what.
Could you let someone kiss the ball?
Hey, Chris.
I don't know if we read the same again.
When you came in, was your wife on top of her right when you came in? So you saw it in person?
Because I saw the mom and my husband. So I went up there to talk to her again.
And when you came in, she was right there on top
She
of
was
her.
right there.
You kind of put her hands on her throat.
The two.
Are you trying to save Cece?
Hard to say. She wasn't moving. Her head spinning over my back.
So where did you put them out there? Chris, that's really important.
He would have called 911 or tried to give them CPR. There's no way. And he would not have discarded the bodies like that if he didn't kill them. He would have called the police and then been free. Not necessarily free, but it's just totally backwards.
I didn't know what else to do.
I know.
I didn't know what else to do. I was so scared.
I know.
Like, my wife just did this, Dad just did that. What do I do?
Right.
Or anything that I would do from them was just going to be just insensitive and just a horrible thing.
You were a tough spot. What can you do, right?
Your body just kind of takes over and I'm looking at your dad here. Are you sure?
What's gonna happen? We're gonna help them get out of there. Would you prefer them when you're one of your coworkers? Oh my God, no. Okay. I cannot. We're afraid of them. You said that you're about to become a good man. They're gonna see this. You're like, what the fuck did you do, Chris? What? Like just dark house to begin with.
Well, they weren't in your shoes. They don't know.
I know.
They weren't living your life.
I know, but still, it's
You were gonna
I can never, we'll just go little steps at a time. I love that. I can't have anybody show you out there, let anybody, no coworkers. Okay. I mean, they're just gonna form their own opinions anyways once they figure everything out anyway. We'll just test tonight then, how about that? Yeah. Do you have to have any of them with you? No.
No, we prefer you.
Can you and me and Tammy and Ronnie get in the car and just drive out there? General direction. You just point. Chris, I know they're gone, but they're still your babies, and you're still their dad.
You don't want to go there. You don't want someone else to find them out there. You don't, I promise you. Take us. You give us a second so we can kind of get some things arranged. Do you hear that?
All right, you want to stand in here with me? This is just fucking horrible. The problem is I don't even know if they believe me or not.
No, why it keeps doing that.
I have to text my daughter after I go to my house before my wife laid out. This ain't gonna be on the news anytime soon.
No, not tonight. I don't really have much say in that, but I can't see that. Do you want me to take you out to the lobby? You can go to the bathroom and then text your wife and stuff, talk to them.
Then I go outside.
Just watch the press people around.
Yeah, I should hang out there while
You want your water? You want to take your water with you?
Yeah. We're going to try to do our best to make sure that we You know, we don't stand to gain anything by broadcasting any of this. That's not what law enforcement is ever really about. So we're going to try our best to handle that as discreetly as possible, but they're pretty good at what they do too.
So I'm not from around here either, are you?
I've only been here 2 years.
Yeah. I'm a lawyer or something for, not from the defender, but somebody else.
We can talk about that later. Yeah.
Get your phone. Got it, okay. Let's go this way. All right, we'll pass.
So if you're for it, we'll talk a little bit more. I think we have a picture of, is it Survey 319? We have a picture. We'll walk you through that. I'm sure you have a ton of questions for us. You know, every month and week it's going to look. So Tammy, I was just telling him, you know, to show him that picture.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk a little bit about how the rest of the night's going to go.
That looks familiar to you? What is that?
It's the PRC Survey 319.
Okay. Whereabouts? The Shanann and the girls.
How old is this picture?
Today.
How's this today?
Can you work it for me? I think it's the paper, it's just Maria. That is for Shanann, okay, and where are the girls at?
Mm-hmm.
Sydney? So which one is, do you know which one?
Are they in the tanks? Can somebody who doesn't know what they're doing open those? Okay, it's easy to open.
What's in the tanks?
Mixture of oil and water.
So was that sheet found down here?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that from?
That was what Chanel was wrapped in.
What about the girls? What were they wrapped in? Just like pajamas? No, their blankets or anything? Where did their blankets and toys and stuff go?
Oh, it blew away in the wind or something right here.
Where did you shut them or put them?
It was right here, but
So how did you dig this out? I'm assuming that's under dirt. How did you dig that?
I was still home, but my truck still was up.
It's like a work shovel. Is it still there? How was Shanann dressed?
Shirt in the north.
How was she got in the bed with? Do you remember what color her shirt was or her underwear?
I think the shirt was either black or gray. Before I was light blue.
How much time passed, do you think, from the time that he was back in the bed until you put him in the truck? We're talking minutes, hours, something else?
When I left the house,
No, like from when you got her in the bed to when you put her in the truck. How long of time was that?
like from when I was trying to hit my truck, from the bed to the truck,
Yeah, from your master bed to the truck, yeah.
That's,
Okay. Did you talk about covering it up or something?
yeah, and the sheet.
Is there anything else about anything out here that has stuff that you've left in certain spots, or you sure the blankets and toys aren't gonna be in there as well?
Not because it was right here in the dish.
Can you do me a huge favor and just write your name on the bottom? Just so I know that we didn't make those marks. I'm just gonna write the date on it, okay? 8/15/18 and 5:56.
Was she wearing, was your wife wearing any shorts or pants or anything just under? Okay, your wife, that was like.
Blue.
Okay. And the girls, if you rolled it again for. Okay.
Celeste, I think was that pink one with the like curves on it.
Okay.
I think that was there unicorn, I believe, on it.
Okay. So it sounds like, I mean, it feels like to me, now we know pretty well how to go get them. Is there anything else we need to know?
About how to get them?
Yeah. It's, climb to the top and unscrew something and then lower something down to get them.
They're like, there's a hatch on the top, and they're like 20-foot tanks.
How far down are they?
That, or the food level of the tank, I'm not sure.
Okay. What was it when you were there?
I don't know.
Okay.
I wasn't looking for that.
Okay. All right.
You may go out there, or no?
I don't think so. Would you prefer not to?
I didn't know if you needed help going, taking there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think once we got that picture, we didn't really know how much about the location that the other police officers knew. It sounds like they knew somehow, right? And right how to get to 319. So, and I think that's how they got that picture. Does your nanny cam? Do you have a nanny cam, right?
It's a monitor.
Or is it a video one?
So like it cycles back and forth
Between one?
LMCC's room.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is there any chance it records? No? Okay. I'm just wondering, what do you think ultimately made Shanann snap?
Just knowing that fair. And she knew. She just needed me to admit it, and I would admit it.
Yeah. Okay. So we just started talking about, I asked if there's any chance that the nanny cam could have recorded Shanann doing what she did. And then we were just getting into, what Chris thinks about why she snapped.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame. Distressed on knowing about the other girl.
Knowing, but she didn't really know, right? I mean,
In her heart, she knew. She just wanted me to admit it.
Can we talk about a couple tough things? I think we need to get it out of the way and just really get it out, just to make sure you have every chance to explain exactly what happened and we have every chance to ask questions. So the conversation happened. You go downstairs. She's still upstairs. And then you see what?
I hear this commotion upstairs. Just like,
there first?
Yeah.
And why did you go up again?
Just to go up and talk to her.
Oh, okay. So it's not as though that noise made you run up, you just stopped.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
The register with me, but I just looked at the monitor and it was on both.
And where is the monitor? Where's the screen that you look at? Is it up or downstairs?
Upstairs.
Okay, so you go upstairs, look at the monitor.
Yeah, everything else is up in bed.
Oh, your master bedroom. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
it's up in bed.
She's not in her bed.
It's still right there.
Okay.
She won't look at it. And then it was on Bella. Her covers were pulled back and she was just sprawled out laying there. Then it cycled over to so they got 3, 4, 5 second an interval between when it cycles from room to room. And cycled over to Susie's room. That's when I saw her on top of her. That's when I ran in.
Okay. So can we talk about, again, it's very, very hard to talk about, but it's good to make sure that we understand. We don't want anything to be incorrect or inaccurate or anything like that. Was your wife on top of Cece? What did that look like? I mean, was she straddling her? Okay. And where were they? On the bed. And so your wife was on top. Is it? I mean, was she?
Because of this, that's when I was walking up from the back.
Okay. And she saw in the back.
Yeah.
Okay. But she was doing this.
It looked like it was like this.
Yeah. Okay. And then was Cece face up, face down? What?
Off to the side.
Oh, she was laying on her side. Okay.
That's when I pulled her off.
Okay.
She was limp and she was blue.
Okay.
There was no movement at all.
She was limp and blue, or limping and blue?
Limp and
Limp and blue. Okay.
like her body was like,
Right.
you pick her arm up and it just falls.
Okay. And then what happened?
I looked at her and I just got on top of her and
You got on top of Shanann?
did the same thing.
Okay. Did you have to knock her down?
No.
She was already on the ground?
I just pulled her off on the bed. And,
Oh, kind of one move.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not as though you
I didn't
pulled her off.
No, like I went up, pull her down. I didn't know. I lost it.
Sure.
So Shanann was laying on the ground?
On the bed.
On the bed?
Yeah, like, and she was on top of me. I saw what was happening. I pulled her, went down. I was
How
on
big
the
was
bed.
the bed? What kind of, the size of it, small, clean, you know?
I think it's probably a queen of some sort. I have a picture of it somewhere.
So where was the left? In the
She was all the way to the top.
to the top?
And I went in, pushing it down, it was crossways.
Like
So she was
laying
laying
there?
this way, as I was.
Okay. That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
So then, is this picture as you're standing in the doorway to go in? With the sentence over, okay? And then, so were they closer to this side or this side?
She usually sits in the middle.
Okay. And then, so your wife was right on top of her, you could just see that. And then did you pull her this way or that way, or?
Well, it's where her head was on this side.
Right over here?
Yeah.
On the left, just looking at it. Okay. Did she put her fine?
I lost it so much that it didn't feel like she did.
Okay. Pretty strong dude. Did she yelling? Was she screaming? Was she talking? Was she scratching you? Nothing.
I didn't feel. I just felt such anger that nothing. I didn't feel anything.
Okay. All right.
Like if she did, nothing was on me.
Was it quick? Was it slow? Was it?
I was so numb. It felt like it was over.
Fast? Over fast? Okay.
Felt like
Is it possible her neck's broken?
No.
Okay.
I've never broken a bone, so I don't know.
Okay. All right. it a choke like this, or is it like a headlock?
Choke.
Okay.
Can you put your hands out like you had your hands? Like that? And your wife, you saw her with one hand or two hands?
I just kind of from the back, I couldn't really like tell. She's on top of her. And the monitor's not like color, it's black and white. Well, yeah, time it's black and white. Okay. It's dark.
So you went up the stairs, right, to talk to Shanann again? And then, did you think it was weird that she's not in the room where you left her?
So I walked in and looked around, saw them.
If the monitor was black and white, then how did he see Bella through the monitor blue and sprawled out on the bed? Just an observation.
Monitor, and I saw Bella. And I switched over to CC pretty fast, and just when I saw that. Now, did you have any inkling that between the time that you finished the talk and the time that you found Shanann choking CC, you had no inkling she was going to do it? Or you Buffalo those kids more than you know? Okay. And people in my family have always said she's unstable. My friends have said she's unstable, but I never would have thought in years.
Who says she's unstable?
My family, my friend Mark, people that have seen her around me. I don't like that picture of her.
Well, it doesn't look good, I'm not gonna lie. Looks actually pretty bad.
Is it possible that when we get these girls, Bella, Cece, and Shanann, is it possible when we get them that we're going to see anything other than the cause of death being her hands? Okay. And what I mean by that, and I should be very clear, is that some of it's hard to believe that your wife did it, right? You can imagine that. Okay. So is it possible that maybe she did one, and then you got Shanann, so you did to Shanann what she did to one of your daughters, and then you had to just do it to the other one? Okay. So is that's not, no, okay. Is it possible that, is there any other way where we might see your hands on the girl's neck? No, we're done. Okay. And you know what I mean? Because when we find their little bodies, we're going to see the diameter of someone's hand, and someone's fingers, right? So is it at all possible we're going to see yours? Okay. All right. And I know it's hard, and I know you're probably getting angry at my question, but we have to ask. Okay.
What do you think of that, Chris?
Let my family down. Let my dad down. Let my mom, sister, nephew, nieces, friends, co-workers. Everybody.
Can I ask you another tough question? You just get it all on the table. When you see Shanann looking, strangling, Celeste, and you get her off of Celeste, do you think about calling in the ambulance? Okay.
I see you got in there blue and limp. Mm-hmm. I've never seen something like that in my life. I mean, she just way over, nothing she wasn't moving at all. No gas, no breath.
So
she was totally just blue.
So Chris, doing this job for a long time.
I know.
I know a lot about psychology and as far as what people are thinking. And most parents will never even want to fathom that their kid is dead. Even if their kid's stiff, blue in bed, I mean stiff, like been dead all night, they still call an ambulance to see if someone can revive their child. And when the ambulance gets there, they're like, gosh, the kid's been dead all night, like there's nothing we can do. And the parent's like, why are you not doing something? What are you talking about? So that's what we're used to. So that's why I want you to explain to me like what was going on in your head and
the very last felt for what she did. It just took over.
But do you see that?
I understand, Chris. I see where.
I just hate for Shanann to get a bad rap if she didn't have anything to do with it. You know, it's not fair. It's not fair. Like, and those bad stuff has happened. Like, we need to stop the bad stuff from happening. You want to tell me the truth?
That is the truth. Did not hurt this.
I want to make sure. So you're good with the public knowing that Shanann killed her daughters?
I did not hurt these girls.
Are you okay with the public knowing that Shanann?
Yes, because I did not hurt these girls.
Grace, I'm not sure I believe you.
But you stuffed them in crude oil tanks.
I don't think you meant to. I don't think you meant to.
I didn't hurt them.
You didn't save them either. You know?
I know that. I know that.
So that doesn't make sense either.
None of this makes sense. Nothing like why she would be there. I know this makes sense.
Are you sure Shanann didn't catch you into that?
No, my God, no.
Chris, you can imagine that we're pretty cynical in our jobs, right? And tonight we've had to talk a lot about a lot of things. And don't get mad, but what it looks like is that you got a new life. And the only way to get that new life was to get rid of the old life. And I think that you killed these girls before their mom came home. And then killed them now. And that's what we're kind of left. That's what we have to believe because it just doesn't make sense. I mean, to her point, if I walked in and my kid was decapitated, I'd call an ambulance, right? So
Knowing there's no hope.
it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't add up. So either you're this monster who says, I just want this young, hot girlfriend, so I'm going to kill everyone and hope it works out, or something. So I think we're very, very close to the truth, but not quite there yet. So if you're not that monster,
I'm not a monster. I didn't kill my babies.
okay. So tell us what actually happened.
I told you what happened.
I know, but we're getting later into the day. We've done this a few times, and we talk. Then we show you a little bit of what we're working with, some evidence, some facts that we know, and then we kind of get our way to the truth. So the truth. Okay. Everything I've told you. Truth. What's going to happen when their cause of death comes back to you? Or the girl's not going to. Okay. You sure?
I'm 100% positive it's not going to come back to me.
Who's it going to come back to?
Jeanette was on top of Cece.
Okay. What do you want me to say? I just want the truth.
That's it, it's the truth.
And what about?
Bella was laid out, sprawled in her bed.
Okay.
And I saw Jeanette on top of Cece, so I ran in there.
And what happens when a coroner looks and says, "Cece, your fingerprints on her neck"? Not gonna be my fingerprints. Okay. What is it gonna be?
It's gonna be Jeanette.
Are you sure? Well, we don't know about Bella, right?
We don't know about Bella. Bella, it's just, I didn't see Jeanette on top of her.
Okay.
That's the commotion I heard upstairs.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Okay. Why take their bodies out of the house and bury them?
I was scared. I didn't know what else to do.
Okay.
Nothing was gonna, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know what to do. I'm scared of what? Scared of what everything was gonna look like. My 2 babies were gone, and I just did that to my wife. And I was the only one left in the house. What do you expect is gonna happen?
Yeah. It did look bad, right?
And look, I mean, this was a nightmare.
Yeah. Okay.
I think as many problems as you've had with Shanann, at the end of the day, she seemed like she was a pretty good mom, right?
I was a pretty good dad as well. You never really know a person until you don't know a person.
Just would hate for someone who can't defend themselves, like Shanann and Bella and Celeste. Like, I mean, if you're not being truthful about who took their lives, like, that's on them too.
I'm
And you don't want to do that to them.
not doing that to them.
I'm just saying, I mean.
No, I'm not doing that to them.
But you put your boot on her head and stuffed her in the tank.
I do think you were a good dad. I think Shanann was a good mom. I think you guys were doing everything you could possibly do for those girls. And look at them.
Why didn't you put Shanann in the tanks?
She wouldn't fit.
I didn't know what else to do.
How far down is she?
I don't know, like 2 feet maybe.
How long did it take you to dig that?
No.
Give me an idea.
20, 30 minutes.
Does anyone ever like go up this ladder and like look in things? So how are you gonna avoid that? Or is it you that does that?
Anybody that goes to the location.
How often is that done with those things that are checked?
And if they're making enough oil or whatnot, I mean, once a week, maybe.
So do you want someone to find them?
I didn't know what else to do. That was the location I was going after that morning.
Anyway.
And I didn't know what else to do.
So you weren't thinking that far ahead?
No.
Okay.
Yesterday when you were talking, and again, this is before we kind of got to this moment today, you mentioned that we were talking, you said, I don't know where they are, I don't know where they are, and then you said something along the lines of, whatever happened to them was an act of pure evil. What did that mean?
Is this the evil that I saw when I walked behind her and she was on top of CC? And I felt evil right in this man.
Okay. another thing that doesn't make sense to me is, well, I don't know. Can you walk me through again? When you walked in, what did she look like? What did Shanann look like? All you saw was her back. Was it the same shirt that you buried her in? Same underwear? And then was she wearing pajamas? Shanann? Yeah, no, that's what she sleeps in. Oh, she sleeps in her underwear. Okay, and no pajamas, no shorts, nothing like that. So then, when you grab her, just as is, that's how she gets to the truck, that's how she gets to the sign. Okay.
So did Shanann ever go to bed?
I'll put her back in the bed.
No, like when she got home. Did any of that happen where she got into bed and then you woke her up at 4? Like, is all of that true? Because it looks like there's some purchase of some hair care products at like 2:30 in the morning. You know about that?
Hair care products.
And her credit card was denied. No. You said you don't really use the credit card, so the probably
My credit card, no.
Would you have bought hair care products at 2:30 in the morning that morning? Did she get mad at you because there's no money when she woke up? Like, was that part of the...
This is the first I've heard of that.
Okay.
As far as hair care products in the car being denied.
Okay. And I'm not lying about that, just that's what I'm asking. That is from something that came up.
Is there any reason she would have a black eye, Shanann? Not from a slap or a punch or nothing like that? Is that her? Okay. Punch or slap her. Is there any reason she would have a stab mark on her body? No. Okay. And no other reason for death? Coroner's not going to find rat poison in her stomach. The only way that she died, she was living and breathing, and wasn't living and breathing after your hands on her neck. Okay.
What were you talking to Nikki about before your wife got home?
Where she got home?
You talked for like several hours.
I covered it, and we talked a lot. Right? Conversations, random conversations. We talked a lot.
Does Nikki know about any of this? Seriously.
Well, she doesn't know, like, I mean, she knows, like, from the news and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? Did you share with her anything? Did she know your wife was pregnant?
She does now, and I told her that.
She didn't know at the time? I didn't tell her.
I was scared too. Felt like, you know, like she wouldn't even like gone on a date with me, and she knew that. So, did she know you were married with kids? Yes. Okay, but just not pregnant. I told her that, you know, like we had actively tried before we met. Oh, trying to get pregnant. Okay. So she knew that. You can imagine that when we go talk to people going forward, everyone's going to try to distance themselves from any of this. Yes. And so what's going to happen when Nikki says, no, it was our plan to kill everyone and run off together? Okay. We're going to talk to her. Absolutely.
We have to.
So can we get ahead of that for you? Can we give all of that out right now? I mean, so are you sure she's not going to say, well, I kind of knew he was going to kill him? No. She's not going to say that? No. Okay. And she's not going to say, boy, we were making plans about buying a house or an apartment. She can say that? No. Like, she really is. Like, once I have my own place, like, you know, like, hang out more. Okay. The separation after that dust settled, then you have availability to go see anything. You guys have talks like that? Nothing like, she generally like me. Yeah.
out there and do stuff. She's just been through enough in her life.
Just like that, we never tried to put out honestly, if they got an affair, they would drag her through the mud. I don't want that. We're certainly not going to try to make that happen.
I don't go on any of this.
I know there's press conflicts. That's everything.
What do you think about everything now? Feel sorry for what you did?
I wish I wouldn't have lost control and got accomplishment and then you did that.
What? To go out to the website?
Yes. So after we look at their bodies, we're going to have a lot more questions. Things are going to be different then. But if you're willing, we'd love to talk to you then too. It's really good today, Chris. Really good. I think you've had about 24 hours of just a hellish nightmare thrust upon you, and you certainly did what you did, but I think he's cautious to make it better today. Sorry, that's too last night. I'm sorry if I did good. Okay.
I'm glad you were here for a reason.
There's a reason why I didn't. That I came in because there's a reason why I didn't come out of the lawyer either. So it's like, and it's gonna happen. So
I appreciate that. You know, eventually they're gonna find them out there. So, I mean, it was kind of inevitable. And then you would have just been sitting at home waiting for that moment to happen. And then what? Then what does it look like?
it looks. College.
There's many people that say that you're an amazing guy and you would never do anything bad and has never lost your temper and, you know, all those people that say that about you, there's just as many that would say that about Shanann. So we're going to struggle with that for a while. I'm struggling with it right now, I'll be honest.
I know you are.
I'm a mom.
Anybody would.
How do we prove best that Shanann did it? Examine the body, I guess. That's the only thing. We're gonna see her hand marks. Her hand marks are not there. Okay.
Are there going to be hand marks, like you weren't smothered, you think?
I shouldn't have smothered, no. Bella, I don't know, but she was on top of her and her head from the side.
There was no pillow on top of her.
I didn't see you on the camera on. I didn't see you on top of her.
Why were there sheets in the trash in the kitchen?
Because those are the same ones out there. I didn't know what else to do. I knew eventually what to do. If you're going to find Shanann. I mean, because...
So is she still wrapped in the sheet and down in here?
Mm-hmm. It was just laying out to the side. Or maybe the wind took it.
So it's right here now. It was just next to the side. Like you didn't even try and hide that?
I was so scared. I didn't know what to do.
Did someone come up on you or something?
No, I mean,
Were you afraid they were going to start showing up?
I knew they were on their way out there, but I mean, it's a long way out there.
So I know, before I forgot, I know that they collected a lot of electronics at your house, like routers and that kind of stuff. Like that's not going to show that she was using her phone like at a time that you said she was strangling the kids or something, right? Okay. What is the password to like all the electronics in your house? I know there was an iPad.
iPad should be 2385.
2385. There's not one for the Apple Watches, is there?
Should be 2385.
Is that for yours too?
3th grade 7.
I'm sorry, what was yours?
3rd grade 7.
387. And what other stuff do you have? Is there a router? Like, is there a password for that stuff?
Shiny Chair 6. Name of the router.
Can you spell it for me?
SHINYCHAIR 6. Number 6.
Okay. Shiny Chair 6. And then what else was in there? Is there a desktop computer?
Yeah, that one, if it has a password, it'd be 428 4915, capital S, lowercase w.
Okay. And what about, is there anything else in the house as far as electronics go, tablets?
Well, the iPad's the only real, the other ones are the kids' stuff, but they're just like Amazon Fires or whatnot.
Okay. And you have an iPhone, what? Which one? Is that your personal one?
Yes, iPhone like 7 Plus or something.
What's the password to that one?
2387.
What about your work phone?
Yeah. Is that this one here?
Then obviously Shanann had an iPhone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what was her password?
So change to 013119.
What was that password?
The due date the next day. Nikki told me that one. Nicole told me that one.
Okay.
Try to submit Nikki's Nicole.
Yeah, we noticed that. I was getting us very confused. So no other electronics. What about the Echo? Does it have a password?
If it does, I don't never know if it did or not.
Okay.
You just say Alexa and it starts listening.
Oh, it's an Alexa. Is it that Echo still?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The product called Echo.
Okay. Any other ones that you can think of? Okay.
Where do you guys bank?
Trace in USA.
Which one was the, when you went out to dinner with Nikki?
Chase.
That was Chase. And USAA, is that mortgage, is that bank, is that?
Chase is our mortgage lender.
Okay.
Do you have checking to them too, right?
Yes.
What do you guys use USAA for?
We use that to pay mortgage too. But it's just another, she had that before she met me.
Okay. And then the accounts that you had personally? Beyond all of this? Okay.
Oh, with that security system. And private, right?
Private.
Private.
It's either going to be 3387 or 2385. Passcode like this Mustang for these areas of talking. Total passcode.
And then what email is associated with that?
ShanannWatts@gmail.com.
You know, her
or email password. Could read that for 2815, but it should, if most of your password do that. Okay. Amazon and everything.
And what is that? Is a phone number you said?
Yeah.
What phone number is that?
Her ex-husband's mom.
Okay, that's weird.
You stick with the password.
She just remembers it? Or she said it that long?
They're really good friends.
Oh, okay.
So she just kept it. Do you have any other questions for us? Here's the bathroom. Yes, of course. We do need to do one quick thing. Now that we know what we know, we're going to, I need to check that you don't have any weapons on you or anything like that. Do you have any weapons on you? Okay. We'll do that. We'll go to the bathroom. I'm not going to go in the stall with you, but I'm going to go with you. We'll come right back here and we'll make a decision about how the rest of the night goes. So, yeah, that's okay. All right, so the bathroom. Please listen in. Yes, please.
Yeah, that way.
There you go. I can take a red. And this is her conviction. I'm going to leave that recording. Rossi's, yes.
Okay, so this one's over. Sure I got the times right. 9:13:13. 18:59.
Don't put up with bait.
Hey, Suso. Okay, let me pause it. In this video, Chris Watts tells prosecutors the location of the family's bodies. He also speaks with his father.
Hey, Chris. We have a question for you about the site. Are you 100% positive that Bella and Celeste are in these tanks? How did you get them in the tanks? 'Cause
The hatch.
the hatch. How do you access that?
Walk upstairs.
And then what? So they were saying like you could barely fit an arm through that. How big is it?
That's, I mean, that's like, I mean, you can use, that's how we gauge tanks.
So you think it's about like, just like a pot or a, what's that thing on the ground of the street?
Like a manhole?
Like a manhole cover, like is that big? Okay. Was it hard to get them in there? Did you have to push or anything, or? Okay, we're sure, you're sure?
Yeah.
Okay, like, we're gonna have to drain these tanks, it's gonna be kind of a mess, so I just wanna make sure that you're being truthful about that. And is it because, is Shanann here because she couldn't, like, could you not lift her all the way up there, or you couldn't? Would she have been too big to fit in that hole? Did you know that already?
But just work into the field, and then I do that.
Okay. And the girls aren't gonna be with her in this?
We're down here.
Yeah.
No,
Do you really think this just blew from wherever that was? Okay.
it's very open area, very, that's just like a pool of wind farms and everything else. There's nothing, there's no trees, nothing protecting that area from storms coming through, tornadoes, anything like that.
Okay.
You probably figured an animal would run off with her body.
They're both gonna be in each one. One's gonna be in each one. Okay. How do you drain it?
There's a backside valve. It's a 2-inch balon, drains through the pit, it's right there.
Oh, they can just drain it off. Will they both fit? All the stuff that's in there fit in
I'm
that?
not sure how much fluid in those things.
Did they drop down? Or did you hear them drop? Or did it seem like they dropped a ways?
One seemed emptier than the other,
Which one do you think?
to the left one.
The one that fell in? I mean, did it sound like she would have hit the bottom kind of thing, or did you hear her hit liquid? There's no chance that you put them in there when they're still alive, is there?
No, God, no.
Okay. I mean, they would be able to tell that because they would get fluid in their lungs and stuff like that, so I just want to make sure, you know.
There's no chance.
Okay. Okay. Are there gonna be, you know, when they look at balance lifts, are there gonna be any like resuscitation marks on them or anything?
Like some CPR or something.
Do you know CPR?
I've taken it to work once
Okay.
in class 2 years ago.
Okay.
It was on like a full-size adult dummy type thing.
Okay.
I wouldn't know how much to push on a child. So
But they were already gone until
they were gone.
They were gone. Okay. So no CPR?
No.
Okay.
And you knew Bella was gone. Did you go check on her afterwards? All of it happened? And then what did she look like compared to Gigi?
Same, blue in the face and not moving. Didn't hear anything as far as pulse or a beat, anything.
Okay. Any other questions or things you want to tell us?
Graham's gonna tell me what's gonna happen next.
Not quite sure yet. Might be a few more minutes before we know. So give us a few more minutes.
Do you have water, do you need to get or anything?
Are you hungry at all?
Some pizza?
I feel bad eating any of your food.
No, it's fine. What kind of pizza do you like?
It doesn't matter really.
Okay.
Whatever. Thank you though.
He's hungry. Ugh.
times I just stay here at night, and I don't see you in county jail tonight, so which will get said. And I'm gonna talk about lawyer. We're straight at that. I'm just kidding. I'm not using comments. Right. Just tell us something more, but she's always so stuff. So they do a court appointment, it's up to the judge first, what you charge me for whatever kind of stuff, man. What I can go. Did you talk to anybody at prosecutors and stuff? Just in case. Everybody's seen. Well, whenever you have, I'll find you tomorrow to go see you. So they lets us, go out to a hotel somewhere. Something like that. Yeah. Detectives I talked to said your story changed a couple times. You're saying unauthorized education was upstairs. It was upstairs like that. Watch it.
Are you ready? I don't know if he's gonna stay in his room, but. Yeah.
He usually stay here and like that.
Yeah.
Not county jail, no.
Oh, no, he may go there. I don't know. I don't know how their procedures work here, so we're trying to figure that out now, so. This is a much more comfortable room than what you'll probably end up in anyway, so, I probably just chill here. Do you need anything else though, like more food? Do you want more pizza?
I'm okay right now.
Are you sure? I'll get you that pizza.
Sure.
Okay. You're not gonna say no to pizza?
I'll wait 9 hours, so.
Okay.
I'll be in touch with you tomorrow. Wherever you at, I'll find you. Sure.
Thanks, Ronnie.
How's up? I'm here. Okay.
as the night goes forward, we're out on the scene, trying to recover your loved ones. So tell me again a little about that hatch. We have some guys out there who think that hatch is just too small. You think it's about what size? Let's compare it to this plate. That's about, twice the size of that. Twice the size of the plate? Yeah. Okay. Now it sounds crass, but did you have to kind of squeeze them in to get them down there?
I mean, okay. I don't want my way to describe it, but I mean,
yeah. Feet first or head first? Okay. And then, did their arms, were their arms like this, or were their arms like this? Basically, because you're holding their arms. Okay. All right. So, I know we've asked you 1,000 times, and you're probably getting sick of it, but we're very, very concerned about how to get those kids out. You can imagine we can't really cut a hole in that tank if the sparks will blow something. Yeah. So, I just want to make very sure that you're 100% sure that they're in there. Yes. Okay. One in one, one in the other. Yes. Now, that doesn't make sense to you. Why would you?
I wasn't making it this point, but I was scared. I didn't know what to do.
Okay. So you carried one up, put her in. Did you shut it?
It just flashes.
Okay. Oh, it just flashed.
Yeah.
And then went back down, got the other one, went up the different tower. Now.
Interrogation.
Oh, it's the same to get up to both?
Yeah.
Okay. And but they're two different tanks? Yeah. Okay.
So right beside each other.
Okay. All right. And you didn't have to, I know it's gross, but you didn't have to.
No.
Okay. All right. The one thing I really want to make sure is that you're doing so good right now and tonight. I would hate for, as we're trying to go out and get them, another accident happens and that comes back to you because we're out there because of this. You know what I mean? Like, if they're out there and they're trying to get these bodies, if they're not even in there and we're wasting our time.
No.
Okay, they're in there.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't want somebody to have a spark that blows something up, and I don't want that to come back to you. So please don't waste our time. They are out there. Okay. All right.
Vision you stay here?
Yes, please.
Okay, so that's the end of that one. Let's see. Let's see what this says.
Ho, ho, ho.
We introduced ourselves in the lobbies and earlier, so we're just going to do that again real quick. My name is Kevin Kovac. I'm with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and we're assisting the Frederick Police Department.
Okay, I think that's what I heard earlier. So we're not going to go through that again. That was just her interrogation, I'm guessing. Let's see. What did it say at first? Yeah. All right. I don't think there was anything else on this page. Okay. Well, it's getting late, so we'll probably just end this stream. Let me go in the chat real quick. That's basically what I wanted to show, though, the interrogation videos. Get the broadcast pulled back up. Bye, Suso. Okay. All right. Let's see in the chat. Give you all some shout outs. I'm glad I got that over with. I'm not sure if I'm going to report any more on this case unless something like really breaking comes out, like that completely blows my mind. The 2,000-page documents, I'm only on like, I don't want to be dishonest about the number, but I had it pulled up, and then when my internet went out, I had to refresh, so I probably lost that number. But I think I was on like page 300 or 400. And let me just tell you all, it's very, very detailed. They have pictures of Post-it notes with handwriting on there. They have documents, interviews. And you know what makes me upset is the fact that it's not an order. Like, you'll read one page talking about how Mr. Watts was talking to the media and he regretted talking to the media. And then the next page talks about where they found the bodies. And then the next page talks about, well, they were handing out missing flyers. I mean, it's just all scrambled. You know, you would think that they would have put that file in order to not only for their benefit, but was it not in order when they solved the case? You know, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, or in police force or anything like that, but you would think they'd try to be a little bit more organized. And who knows? It could have been the person that put the documents together. I filed all kinds of loan paperwork and processing, and all of that stuff had to be in 100% the right order. So, just saying. Just an observation. Okay, I'm going to scroll up here. I'm not going to pull up the participants list because it's never accurate. But let me give some shout outs because the last stream I didn't. I have Jay-Z, Iris, Allison Faye, Jules, Pyramid 7, Kelly, Mr. Scott, Belinda. I think I already said Jay-Z. Anon. Pyramid 7. What's going on? Lucy's World. Kelly. Salted Cedar. I know Cowboy was in here earlier. And so was Hazel Fiver. Suso. Tammy. And Tamara was in here earlier. And I think I'm coming to the end. I think I've said everybody. If I haven't said your name, type in the chat real quick. Alrighty. Well, thanks guys for showing up and spending your precious time with me. It's really greatly appreciated. And I didn't plan on staying up this late. my knees are absolutely killing me. The rain just started pouring down, and I felt this coming on all day. So it's why another reason why I had to get up and take some breaks. If I could sit all day and work full time, I wouldn't be disabled, right? So, okay. Well, my nausea went away. My sugar's good. And hopefully, I got to go get blood work done tomorrow. I've got an appointment on the 3rd. Hopefully, I'm going to get a new insulin pump. And we'll be able to get my sugars back, because over the summer I went swimming and it's supposed to be waterproof, but yet when I changed the battery, I saw rust in the top of the battery cartridge. So their water got in there somehow. And I think that my pump has been malfunctioning, therefore causing air bubbles in my tubing. So just some prayers that I'm able to get a new insulin pump before the year end, so it doesn't cost me so much money. Because if you get it at year end, you know, you're deductible and stuff. So just cross your fingers, prayers. And Munder's in here? Where's Munder at? I don't see Munder. Okay, well, what's up, Munder, if you're in here? So anyways, all right, guys. You all have a great night. Prayers for all of you all. Thanks for the prayers from you. And like I said, if I hear anything off the wall or something that I feel that needs to be spoken about this case, I'll bring it up. If not, I've got a couple other things in the works that I've been working on for a few months now. I just haven't been, you know, I put them in the box, basically. They're in a file, and got a lot of stuff I need to be working on. I'm going to have a little bit more time here lately. Yeah, so thanks for all of you coming. Hope you all have a good night, and tomorrow's Friday, so hopefully you all have a great weekend, and I'm sure I will talk to you soon. Much love and God bless.